So what can you tell us about what you've been dealing with, keeping you out of the lineup the last couple of games here?
I mean, I don't think I really need to get into specifics. I think it's just something that's kind of, been nagging me for a little bit, and it's definitely been, fine to play through and stuff. I think it just kind of, ramped up a little bit, and so I just wanted to kind of get it to calm down, and feeling much better, and so looking forward to playing and getting in tonight.
How's it been an impact on your game?
I don't know. I mean, I think just little things, little details, out there. But, for myself, I just don't really focus too much on that. I just try to go out there and play the same way no matter what. Throughout the season, everybody's going to be playing with bumps and bruises and different things. So I just try to go out there and compete and do my part. So.
Has it been like basically all year, or how long have you been dealing with it?
It's been on and off for a little while. So, like I said, it's been manageable. It's been fine. I feel, like throughout the year, like I've been fine playing. It hasn't, I don't feel like it's affected me to the point where I couldn't play up until, just a couple of days ago, where it just kind of blew up on me a little bit, and that's it. So, we're lucky to have a good team of staff here, and they've done a lot of work. And so, like I said, it feels much better. I feel ready to go.
Auston, you won't think what it was last year, but it's still a good one. Are you okay with where you are production-wise, do you think?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, obviously, I'd always like to be, better and push myself to, do more. And I have high expectations for myself. But, at the same time, I think the way we've been playing as a team this year, defensively especially, I think that's just spoken to, I think our growth as a team and our maturity and the way we've been able to win games and the way we've been able to play through stretches of the year. Obviously not as consistently lately, but, that stretch of period of games where we're really rolling and playing really well on both sides of the puck. And that's the kind of game that we're going to need to play if we want to obviously play a long time, come a couple of months here, in time. So that's really the main focus, is making sure that those habits and details are dialed in, and every single night.
What's the significance of tonight's game, Auston?
Well, I mean, I think just obviously, a divisional rival and a team that's been rolling, and a team that everybody's obviously trying to kind of catch. So, I expect it's going to be a really fast, physical game, and I expect both teams will be ready. So, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of space out there. I think it's just going to be a bit of a chess match, and just got to make sure that we're ready to play.
What's it like playing in you've done a lot of big games here over the years. What's it like playing in this building as an opponent when the Bruins are rolling the way they are?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's definitely a hostile environment, throughout the game. But it makes for a fun game, a fun atmosphere, and I think those are the kind of games that you kind of live for and you look forward to because of that, the atmosphere and points at stake and being in the same division and whatnot.
Not that you weren't strong defensively last year, but is it even more of a focus for you this season, do you think?
I mean, I think it's just been a team focus right from the start of training camp, and I think that's where, if we expect to, play a long time in the spring and, go a long ways, that, offensively, I think we can take care of that, but obviously defensively, all five guys that are on the ice, goaltending, making sure that everybody's on the same page and pretty dialed in. So, I think it's nothing more than that.
What's it like having your dad here, part of this trip?
Yeah, it's been great. He always looks forward to these, these trips. He's been lucky to be on a couple. So it's been a couple years since we've been able to do this. So I know he's been itching to get back and do this trip. It's always special. So it's been a lot of fun so far this week.
And you're over whatever illness you had to, and Sheldon mentioned a bit under the weather this week.
Yeah, we've got some sort of bug going around the team right now. So. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You just kind of got to roll with the punches sometimes and go from there.
With the other piece, is it something you anticipate having to manage throughout the rest of the season?
I mean, just something I got to stay on top of with the medical team and the staff, and just making sure I'm getting the care and treatment I need to obviously perform every night.
So, what's the significance of this game for you and the team?
Oh, it's a huge game. I think obviously everyone knows Boston's playing at a historical pace, and they're the best team in the league. So, I think we got to play our best game to be able to beat them, and we look forward to doing that.
What's it going to take to try to kind of track them down the second half of the season?
A lot. I think we got to probably win every single game. So I don't know if that's possible, but either way, we're going to try and do it no matter what it takes. We just got to make sure, I think especially tonight, we're playing over top of the puck. We can't get caught below it. They're a great team in transition, and they make you pay for every little mistake you have.
What's it like playing in this building as an opponent when the Bruins are rolling the way they have been?
I personally love playing in this building. The fans are crazy. They're loud, and it gives you extra motivation. You definitely don't want to be embarrassed when you come into Boston.
Wayne, how have you been handling the in and out nature of your season?
That's been fine. Obviously, I'd like to be playing a little bit more, but at the same time, we got a really good team. I've said this all along, and wherever I can help the team, I'm going to try and help the team. And if that means me playing spot duty, I'm just going to do whatever I can.
Auston was telling us he's been dealing with something all
Yeah.
season. How would you assess his ability to kind of play through that sort of stuff?
Great.
Yeah.
I think he just missed the last 2 games, and I think that was because he was more under the weather than anything, right? So, he's a warrior. He's a leader on our team, and I think the way he works in practice, on the ice, off the ice, it's a good example for guys to follow.
His goal scoring pace is down.
Yeah.
I don't know if it could have gone up, but
Yeah.
he's been focusing on the defense.
Yeah.
What sort of growth have you seen in that area for him?
I think over the last 2 years, he's been one of the best 200-foot players in the league, right? I think, that's why he got the MVP last year. And, he's continued that up this year. Obviously, like you said, his goal pace is down a little bit, but, he's making up for it on, every other piece of the ice.
Mitch, how would you sum up the significance of this game for the team?
Yeah, obviously it's important. That team's been rolling over there. It's a team in our division. Obviously a team that seems like they've really set the standard of this year of, just playing every game and, bringing it. So I think we always know what we're going to get when you play this team. It's a quick, physical match that's, both teams are usually ready for.
So it's obvious, Mitch, but what do you think of Auston coming back in tonight?
What do I think of Auston, sorry?
Coming back in tonight.
Obviously big piece of our team. Does a lot for us offensively, defensively. Just 200 feet. Great in the circle as well, and brings another scoring threat to our team. So obviously it's always great to get a top player back, and especially him.
What do you think allowed you to have success against Boston last time you played them?
It's been a long time, but just trying to be above, trying to take away as much time and space as we can of their top players. Try not to give up too many penalties. Stay away from the special teams aspect of it. Obviously their power play's been rolling, so just try and stay out of the box. Just make sure you just know it's going to be a competitive match.
You've been really good in this building, Mitch. What makes this place, a tough place to play?
Obviously the fan base is pretty nuts. It's always a feisty one with the fans. What you're getting here, so it's always fun to come into this atmosphere, and especially with who we are and our team, just with the a lot of hatefulness between the 2 fan bases. So like I said, you always know it's going to be it's always going to be a good one.
How much pride do you take in the fact that you produced well against the Bruins?
Yeah, just try and go out there and do the same thing every night, and that's trying to be consistent, trying to be just above people, hard to play against. And, when you get your opportunities, try and make the most of it. So that's what we're going to try to do here again tonight. But obviously it's a 5-man group out there at all times, so it's always not really by yourself. It's always with the people around you.
Enjoyed having your dad here this week?
It's been great. It really has. Obviously they know the grind and how hard it is to do what we do, and just the nights, sometimes traveling and everything like that, just how tired you can get. But obviously these are the guys that really sacrificed a lot of their time when we were childs to take us to tournaments, take us to do things, and just put all their trust in us that we can be whatever we dreamed, really. And it's special to share this moment with them and have them on this road with us.
What'd you and the dads get up to on the off day?
We just kind of walked around Boston, found just a nice little sports area, and tried to sit down, have some lunch, just enjoy the presence, and joking around with all the dads and just talking about kind of what the guys were like as kids and stuff like that. So, and had a big team dinner last night with all the dads and stuff like that. It's, like I said, it's been a lot of fun. It's been great to just have the dads here and joke around with each other like they're one of us.
What Auston was telling us, he's been dealing with something pretty much a lot of this season. How would you kind of assess his ability to play through that? What stands out about his ability to keep going amid that?
Yeah, I think a lot of guys in this room, we just want to be out there to help this team win, and obviously regardless of if he's 100% or not, he still contributes to a lot of our success on that ice. So it's always nice to have him in the lineup, and he always wants to battle to try and be on that ice to help us win games. So that's just the competitiveness in him.
His goal scoring pace is obviously a bit down this year, but what have you seen from his 200-foot game and the continued growth in other areas?
Yeah, it just seems like, I don't think it really affects him too much. I don't think he's worried too much about the points aspect of it. He just wants to win and help our team win, and I think he's done a great job of that this year of just playing that 200-foot game, being really reliable in our D zone, reliable in that face-off circle, and regardless of the scenario of time or the score, he's usually one of the guys out there that's trying to help us do something special.
Sheldon, what can you tell us, I guess, about Simmonds and Bobby McMahon?
Both guys are dealing with an illness, so we'll just have to monitor them throughout the day. But they weren't feeling well enough to come to the rink today.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mark. You're good.
I was just going to say, how do you assess Auston when he comes back, his ability to kind of manage stuff he's been going through?
Yeah, I mean, he knows his body well, and in terms of coming back, I think he's in a good spot there. He skated yesterday as sort of a lead into today, and when I spoke with him, he says he feels real good. So we're obviously, it's a very welcome addition coming back in.
His goals pace obviously down this year, but have you seen upticks in other areas of his game when you assess it?
Well, I think he's defensively. I think he's been among the best in the league in a lot of categories, and have been a big part. I mean, obviously plays a lot for us, and our team's been really good defensively, and I think our best guys have really led the way in that department, and Auston certainly is one of them. So there's that part, but he's still producing at a good clip here, and scored some big goals for us. Does a lot of things for us. Obviously, I think his 5-on-5 scoring is on the rise, and has been for some time. So I think to that end, he's been a very good player for us, no doubt.
Sheldon, can you take any notes from the win against these guys in November? Or is that too long ago? Too much time has passed, or how do you see that?
Well, I mean, certainly a lot of time has passed, but I do think between our game early in the season and the game against Seattle for them the other night, I think there's a pretty good example of what you need to have happen in terms of how you need to play, and you need to get some bounces and some saves, and it just takes a very focused and committed effort for 60 minutes. Clearly, they haven't let much slip this season, and there's not a whole lot. Even the games they do lose, there's not a lot between them and the opponent, and they're in every single game. So we're expecting this to be a battle all the way through.
What have you noticed about your team's ability to seem to dial in a little bit more against the stronger opponents, like going into Colorado, for example, or last time you played Boston?
Yeah, I think there's no question that a lot of our details and everything just seem to firm up that much more, and our team has responded well in these situations. I think there was a period of time, certainly through November, where no matter who we were playing, that was just consistent and it was there. But yeah, we've had a lot of respect for Boston, clearly. They've earned that not just this season, but over the last number of seasons. They're a difficult opponent, and they present you with a lot of challenges at 5-on-5 and power play and penalty kill. So there's a lot to contend with there, and I think just because of that, naturally it has your attention, because you need to play as close to perfect as you can in order to compete and beat them.
One thing Taylor Hall was saying yesterday is that the Leafs really attack the puck carrier, really try to aggressively limit space and time as soon as they have the puck. Has that been an increased focus this year, or has that kind of always been your style?
I think it's always been our style. It's what you're always trying to do. I don't think we're unique in that regard. I think all teams really are trying to do that for the most part. Some teams do it better than others. Some teams do it more consistently than others. I like to think that we've been a team that has done it consistently throughout, and that's helped us compensate for the injuries and stuff we've had on the back end. But yeah, I think that's really the trademark of our team, that has sort of the term I've been using with our guys. That's what's given us a chance to compete every night, and certainly tonight is going to have to be the case.
Matt, tonight?
Yes.
Would you expect Auston's return to kind of snap things back into place for that power play unit, or is there something that they need to get back to?
I mean, we'll look at it. I do think, obviously, when you take Auston out, especially with limited practice time, it does throw off a lot of different things. So having them back certainly recalibrates it nicely. But in terms of what the look might look like, we've worked at different things, whether it's Morgan at the top or the 5 forwards, and we go into the game with both options available to us tonight, and we'll just sort of react to what's happening in the game and what we think is best for that moment.
Just to be clear, McMahon and Holmberg are not options tonight, right?
Not at this point,
okay.
No. I mean, unless something turns here this afternoon, I would not expect them to be available.